Katt exposed an alleged offer from Sean Diddy Combs that's hard to believe: $50 million for a decade of access to Katt's body. And that's not even the craziest part. According to Katt, this wild offer included some seriously disturbing clauses, like no protection, no baby oil, nothing. Just raw access at Diddy's infamous freak-off parties.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times, just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
As more details emerge about Diddy's recent arrest for sex trafficking and other crimes, Katt's allegations are turning heads and raising questions about the dark side of Hollywood's elite. From bribery to shady contracts, this is more than just celebrity gossip. It's about power, secrets, and the lengths some will go to control others. But before we continue, do yourself a favor, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned, because this story is only getting darker, and Katt claims he has all the receipts ready for the feds. Hold up, did Katt Williams just spill the tea that Sean Diddy Combs allegedly tried to slide him over $50 million to bend him over? That's not just a bag, that's a whole suitcase of what in the world is going on. I mean, for that kind of money, are we talking about bending over to pick up a dropped dollar? Or is this a whole new level of wild? The details surrounding Sean Diddy Combs' recent arrest are becoming increasingly unsettling. There's a growing buzz that one of the individuals Diddy allegedly tried to exploit was comedian Katt Williams during what's being referred to as his infamous freak-off parties. Allegedly, Diddy was so desperate for access to Katt's body that he offered over $50 million for a decade-long arrangement. But the disturbing part isn't just the money. It's said that Diddy's deal came with a condition that he and his partners could engage with Katt without any form of protection, lubrication, or baby oil, clearly intending to degrade and emasculate him. Katt claims he has all the receipts to prove these shocking allegations and is ready to turn them over to federal authorities at a moment's notice. Meanwhile, Diddy currently sits in jail following his arrest by Homeland Security. The charges against him include sex trafficking and the illegal transportation of people into the U.S. for his notorious parties. As of now, Diddy is facing the possibility of spending up to 100 years behind bars. To make matters worse, a judge recently denied his $50 million bail offer, despite him also offering his multi-million-dollar Miami mansions and the passports of his family members, including that of his 1-year-old child. The indictment, which was released shortly after his arrest, reveals that the charges against Diddy date back to as early as 2008. What's particularly alarming is that Diddy wasn't acting alone. He had the support of other powerful individuals in several hotels across the country that helped him operate his criminal enterprise. It's even alleged that some of his victims were silenced permanently to ensure they couldn't speak out. According to the indictment, Diddy led an organized crime ring involved in sex trafficking, forced labor, prostitution, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Diddy is accused of using force, threats, and coercion to pressure women into participating in his freak-off events. These bizarre gatherings were often recorded, with some lasting for days. Victims were reportedly subjected to extreme physical abuse, to the point that they needed IV fluids to recover. During a raid on Diddy's Miami residence, investigators discovered thousands of bottles of lubricant and baby oil, as well as a cache of firearms, including AR-15 rifles with defaced serial numbers. This discovery marked a major turning point in the case, which had previously seemed like it might be limited to civil lawsuits rather than criminal charges. As the case continues to unfold, many individuals who have spoken out about Diddy in the past are being mentioned, including Cassie and Jaguar Wright. However, one person who has consistently warned the public about Diddy is Katt Williams. Earlier this year, Katt predicted that 2024 would be the year when the truth about Diddy would finally come to light, and he wasn't wrong. During an interview with Shannon Sharp, Katt spoke openly about Diddy's behavior, even hinting at the dark side of his parties.
All lies will be exposed, that's all. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times, just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be...
A clip from this interview has recently resurfaced, where Katt reveals that Diddy offered him $50 million on 4 separate occasions in an attempt to recruit him for these freak-offs. The reason Diddy was so eager to recruit Katt allegedly goes beyond mere attraction. According to Katt, Diddy wanted him to be a power bottom for these parties, a role Katt firmly rejected. Katt made it clear that he avoided Diddy's events at all costs to protect himself from being drawn into such dangerous situations. But Diddy wasn't the only one trying to exploit Katt. In the same interview, Katt shared how Harvey Weinstein once demanded sexual favors from him in exchange for a movie role, and how even the producers of Friday After Next pressured him to film a degrading scene with Terry Crews. Katt refused to participate, stating there was nothing humorous about portraying sexual assault. Katt's experience in Hollywood serves as a stark reminder of the dark side of the industry. Many believe that if Katt hadn't stood his ground, he would have been taken advantage of and possibly discarded by powerful figures like Diddy. Some are even surprised that Katt managed to escape these situations unharmed, considering Diddy's reputation for silencing anyone who refuses his advances. According to the indictment, Diddy often resorted to violence, choking, hitting, and kicking those who opposed him. His associates would prevent victims from leaving or track down those who tried to escape, ensuring their silence. Diddy also exerted control over his victims by promising them career opportunities and providing financial support, only to manipulate and withhold those resources as a form of control. He monitored their health, dictated their appearance, and decided where they could live. As his trial approaches, more allegations are surfacing, painting a picture of a man who used his wealth and influence to control and exploit vulnerable people. The indictment also details a series of shocking events, including a kidnapping in December 2011 that Diddy allegedly orchestrated to facilitate a home invasion. Just 2 weeks later, prosecutors claimed Diddy set fire to a car using a Molotov cocktail, further evidence of his involvement in violent and criminal activities. As we await Diddy's trial, it's clear that the situation is only going to get worse for him. Katt Williams, for his part, appears to be watching from the sidelines, having done his duty by warning the public about Diddy's actions long before they became widely known. Katt's courage in speaking out has earned him praise, with many people pointing to him as an example of someone who stood up to the industry's darker forces. Public reactions to the news have been intense. One commenter expressed gratitude for Katt's honesty, saying, "Katt Williams said this would be the year where all things come to light. The door is open now, and more truths need to be told." Another person noted that Diddy isn't alone in these crimes and called for further investigations into the deaths of Kim Porter, Tupac Shakur, Biggie Smalls, and the 1999 nightclub shooting that implicated Shine. These incidents, they argued, are all connected to the same web of corruption and exploitation that has now come to the surface. As Diddy's trial looms, many are bracing themselves for even more shocking revelations. The case against him is massive, and with so many layers of criminal activity being exposed, it's only a matter of time before the full extent of his alleged crimes is revealed. The media spotlight is now firmly focused on Diddy, and as more witnesses come forward, the picture of his alleged involvement in a wide range of criminal activities is becoming increasingly clear. Diddy's downfall serves as a sobering reminder of the dark side of fame and power. His wealth and status may have allowed him to operate above the law for years, but it seems that his time has finally run out. For Katt Williams, this moment represents vindication, as he was one of the few people brave enough to speak out about Diddy's behavior long before the authorities got involved. As this case continues to develop, it's clear that the public's appetite for justice is growing. The revelations about Diddy have sparked a larger conversation about the entertainment industry and the ways in which powerful figures are able to exploit and abuse others without consequence. With the truth finally coming to light, it seems that the days of impunity for those at the top are numbered. Katt Williams' decision to stand firm and refuse Diddy's advances has made him a hero in the eyes of many, and his warnings have proven to be chillingly accurate. The world now watches as Diddy's trial approaches, and while the full extent of his alleged crimes has yet to be revealed in court, it's clear that this is only the beginning. For the victims, this trial represents a long overdue opportunity for justice. And for the public, it's a moment of reckoning for a man who seemed untouchable for far too long. What are your thoughts on Katt Williams' claims? Do you believe more celebrities will come forward? Share your comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest on this case and much more.